today's yoga. Yoga is a very old practice, okay? It's been around for a very, very long time. There's ancient writing that talks about yoga. The word yoga translates as unity, okay? Or to unite things together, to have two become one. Okay, so this is called yin and yang. Anybody seen that before? Okay, so it's the opposites. The black and the white, they come together as one, and then they have a little bit of each in each other. Okay, so it's about balance, uniting and balance. We're going to be doing what's called hatha yoga. There's many different types of yoga. We're going to do hatha yoga. It's the most popular yoga in the United States, and it's also the most physical. There's some other yogas that they're more meditative, okay, but we're going to do more physical. It's about unity of the mind and the body, okay, so it's not just physical, it's also about the mind. There's the unity, okay? The benefits of yoga, there's a lot. We're just going to talk about a few of them. I think the best thing about yoga is that everybody can do it. It doesn't matter your ability, it doesn't matter your age, it can be modified so that everybody can benefit from it, okay? And you only need such a little space, like this little mat, that's all you need. You don't need a lot of space, you don't need a lot of equipment, okay? It relieves stress. Stress is the #1 cause of illness, okay? When you have a lot of stress, too much stress in your life, it wears down your body and it can't fight off germs. So if you have too much stress, it's a good way to relieve it so then you can stay healthy. It increases muscle strength and endurance and flexibility. Who's heard of those things before? Okay, everybody here has because we've been talking about them, right? So, yoga can help with all of those components of fitness. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Improves posture and balance. Okay, what is posture? What is it? Yep, show me, can you show me an example of poor posture? You can stand up. Okay, kind of hunched over. Okay, maybe your pelvis is, pushing forward. Okay, somebody show me an example of good posture. Okay, stand up. Okay, so you have your shoulders back, you have your back straight, right? And you keep your chin up, okay? You can also, when you're sitting too, everybody sit with good posture right now. Okay, you sit when you're standing and when you're sitting, okay? Sitting tall with your shoulders back. Your skeleton is made to carry your body in a certain way. If you're hunched over, that's not going to work very well. It's going to pull on muscles the wrong way, and you're going to start to have pain, okay? Either in your neck, your shoulders, your back. A lot of people complain about back pain, and a lot of times it's because they have poor posture and weak muscles that are supposed to hold you in good posture. So that yoga is great for posture and balance. Okay, you're going to engage a lot of muscles that you don't normally use, but they'll help you in your balance, okay? Having good balance is good for what, boys? Why is it important to have good balance? I can't hear you. Okay, when you have good balance, you can carry yourself well. What else? It's really good in sports, right? Any kind of activity, it's good to have good balance. When you're an athlete, it's really important for making you better at whatever sport you're doing. Also, when you get older, a lot of older folks will lose their balance and they fall because those balancing muscles get weaker. So it can help you avoid injury. Okay, heart health. Anybody remember the fitness component that we talked about, heart health? What was that called? Anybody remember? Starts with a C. Cardiovascular. Okay, cardiovascular endurance. If you can do yoga vigorously enough, your heart rate will go up. okay? It's not really that uncommon as you age, but yoga can help relieve the pain from that, from keeping you moving, okay? And then we already talked a little about back pain. That's a lot, has to do with posture. And then symptoms of asthma. Everybody probably knows somebody that has asthma. It's not that unusual. The breathing technique that you use in yoga helps to relieve symptoms of asthma. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. So, over there in the orange, I have warm-up. It's very important to warm up before you start your session of yoga, okay? If you have, let's say, a piece of caramel, and you put it in your freezer, and then you take it out and try to stretch it, what's going to happen? It's going to break, right? Because it just won't stretch. It's too cold. If you warm it up, and then you stretch it, what's going to happen? Okay, it'll stretch out pretty easily, right? It won't break. That's kind of like how your muscles work when they're warm and they're cold. If they're cold, and you try to stretch them, they're going to tear. They're going to break, okay? And that's the cold muscle. We talked a little bit about that, okay? But if you warm them up and then you stretch them, it's going to be a lot easier for them to stretch and they're not going to tear, so you're not going to get that pain. The breathing technique in yoga is different than other sports, okay? So when you breathe through your nose, and you're going to be breathing through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Okay, let's say you're walking down the street, somebody jumps out in front of you, and what's one of the first things you do? Straight. And you suck in a bunch of air through your mouth, right? That triggers a response called the fight or flight response, okay? That's a response, it's primitive, it's in every one of you, okay? That gets you ready, gets your body physically ready to fight or to run away. That's why it's called fight or flight, okay? We don't want to do that in yoga. We want to have a calm mind, calm body. So in order to not trigger that response, we breathe through our nose and we breathe out through our nose. That helps to stay calm, okay? And I'll try to lead you through that too. Okay, and then last thing, when you're doing yoga, we go to this thing that's called your edge. Okay, your edge is how far you can hold the pose, how far you can stretch into a pose and have it be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not painful, okay? So if I'm doing this pose where I'm bending forward, I can touch the floor, and that's where I feel that it's a little bit uncomfortable. That's my edge, okay? Your edge might be going to here, and that's okay. It's going to be different for everybody, okay? Some people are going to have more flexibility. So like her edge might be different than his edge over here. Okay? So it's very important, just go to your edge. If it's painful, then you're doing it wrong. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So we're going to start out with a warm-up. It's called sun salutation. So you can stand up. A sun salutation, all it is a series of poses, and you do them kind of rapidly because you want to get warmed up. Okay? I'm going to start out slower, and then I'll try to gradually get a little bit faster, okay? So we're going to start with what is called mountain. So you're going to stand nice and tall, open up so you can get a nice breath in, breathe through your nose, and then you're going to go into a fold. Reach down, and this is where you exhale, halfway lift, inhale, and you can look up, and only lift halfway, go down to a fold, all the way up into mountain, breathe in, and now exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Now we're going to go into what's called a table. Hands and knees, flat back. Okay? Now you're going to arch up into what's called cat. Tuck your chin, arch your back up. Go into cow. It's the opposite direction. So you're going to arch down and look up. So that's cat and cow. Okay, stand up into mountain. Nice breath. Exhale into fold. Halfway lift, nice breath in. Down into table, breathe out. Okay, breathe in, and then might be, if your foot's down here, that's fine. Okay? Whatever you do on one leg, you do on the other leg. We want balance, right? So switch to the other leg. And then you can choose your hand position that you want to use, okay? Make sure when you're doing this, so you're breathing, deep breaths, fill your lungs all the way, and then when you exhale, you want to empty them all the way. Okay, next position. We already did the fold, and we did the half lift, right? Okay, let's do one called chair. So in chair, shoulder width apart with your feet, and you're going to put your hands right out in front of you, straight arms, and you're going to sit down like you're going to sit in a chair. Okay, so your knees should not go past what? Toes, okay? So watch my knees. They're going to stay behind my toes. Keep your back straight, looking straight ahead. Okay, now if this is really hard and it's hard to hold, you can lift up a little bit to make it a little bit easier. If you want it to be more challenging, just go down deeper. But don't go past parallel, okay? So then it takes all the effort out of it, okay? So right to here, anywhere in between. Okay, so that one's called what? Chair. Okay, here's one that's very similar. It's called lightning. The difference is you have your hands more up at an angle, and you're going to be looking up through your hands so your chin is up. And you squat down in the same way, keeping your knees behind your toes, right? Okay, remember to breathe. You're going to breathe in through your nose, filling your lungs, and exhale, emptying your lungs. Okay? Did you feel that in the front of your legs? Maybe a little in the back? Maybe a little in your back? Okay. Next one. It's called Warrior One. Warrior One. You're going to stand in a lunge position. Okay? Your back leg turned out a little bit. Your front one's straight ahead. Arms over your head. And you're going to bend your front knee, keeping your knee behind your toes. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Okay? Keep your chest up high, chest open. Take a nice deep breath in. And then you exhale. Just like in the chair, if this is causing too much, bring it in closer and stand more up. If you want to make it more difficult, you can widen your stance and go down deeper. Watch those knees, okay? Okay, whatever you do on one leg, you have to do on the other. So put your other leg in front. Arms over your head. And then go down to your edge. Stay nice and tall. Make sure you fill your lungs. And then empty them completely. Nice job, everybody. Okay, so that's Warrior One. Warrior Two is very similar. Same position with your legs. One arm's going to be in front, one arm's going to be in back. And then again, go down to your edge. Staying nice and tall. An open chest so you can fill your lungs with air through your nose. Don't let your knee turn in like that. Make sure it's straight ahead. Keep your knee behind your toes. Don't lean forward. If you're going like this, that puts too much stress on your knee, okay? Switch to the other side. One arm in front, one in back. Go to your edge. Don't forget to breathe. You should be able to wiggle your toes and your front foot. Turn your foot straight forward and your hips kind of forward. Bend your front knee. Oh, there you go. Nice. Okay, so that's Warrior Two. Last one is Warrior Three. This one's the most challenging out of all of them, but it's good for balance. Okay, so you're going to stand on one foot again, or I guess you haven't really done a tree. Your arms are going to be up over your head. You're going to lean forward and at the same time you on one leg. You on the other leg. Okay, so other leg in front. Arms up, nice and straight, chest open. Lean forward and bend. Lift that back leg. That's okay. If you're starting to shake, if your muscles are starting to shake, that's a good thing. That means you're working them and they're getting stronger. Okay?
Oh, my shoulders.
Okay, so that one's called Warrior 3.
I like that one.
That one is it's the hardest out of all three of them. It's really good for balance. Okay, let's try what is called triangle. In this one, you're going to be standing sideways. You're going to lift your left hand. Lift the left hand first. Keeping your knees straight. You're going to bend at the waist. Reach down your leg. Go to your edge. If you can reach it to the floor, that's great. If you can't, then just stay on your leg. Lift your other hand and look at your hand pointing to the ceiling. You're having equal weight on both feet, okay? You're standing on both feet. There you go, that's good right there. Put your other hand pointing straight up to the ceiling. Okay, so one hand points to the ceiling, then look at that hand by turning your head. If it hurts too much, then you just lift up, put your hand on your leg instead of the floor. Okay, come up from that one. Let's do the other side. Okay, so your right leg in front. Lift your left hand, lift your right hand. Now bend to your right. Go down your leg. If you can get it to the floor, great. And then your other hand goes toward the ceiling. And then turn your head looking up at your hand. Okay, don't forget to breathe. Try to stay in one place. Just go to your edge. It shouldn't cause you pain. Keep your heels on the floor. There you go, nice job. Okay, actually coming out of this one, I think takes quite a bit of strength also with keeping your legs straight. Try that one. So you're in the position coming out of it without bending your knees. Sometimes it's a little bit of a change. It might be easy for some of you. Okay, so that was called triangle. Let's try some, we're going to try some on the floor so we have a seat. Okay, let's start out with one that's called plank. For plank, you can stand or sit with your feet in front of you, legs straight, and then you're going to reach out as far as you can down your legs, and then you hold it when you get to your edge. Let your toes point to the ceiling. Okay, so your legs are together. Reach as far as you can. It might help to tuck your chin. I'm trying to look up all of you, so I'm not tucking my chin. But tuck your chin so I can see the top of your head. So I should see the top of everybody's head right now. Tuck your chin. This is a good one for your back and like your whole back, like your calves, your hamstrings, all the way up your back. Okay? Don't forget to breathe when you're holding that. Okay, you can come up. So that one's called plank. Oh, stress off your calf muscles. So go ahead and try that one. This is called downward dog. Try to extend your heels so they reach the floor. There you go. Nice job. Ready? Okay, make sure you're breathing when you do that. And then you can come on down. Okay, then I'm going to show you what's called upward dog. So it's the opposite of downward dog. Okay, so for an upward dog, your hands are going to be the same. And watch me before you do it. Okay, and you're going to be on the tops of your feet. The only thing touching the ground are the tops of my feet, my hands, my shoulders, right over my hands and down. You don't want your shoulders by your ears this time. It's pushing through. Okay? So everybody try that. Point your fingers forward though. Okay? There you go. The tops of your toes should be on the ground. So have your toes not like this. They should be curled under. Oh my gosh. Okay? So just the tops of your toes are on the mat. Okay, so here is the transition. You can look up here now. It's a transition that's done quite a bit in yoga. It goes from downward dog to upward dog. It's called chaturanga. It's a fun word to say. It's a fun thing to do after you get good at it. Okay, so watch what I do and then we'll do it together. Okay, so here I'm in downward dog. I'm going to go into plank position, push forward, and this is called chaturanga. You go down into a push-up and right up into upward dog. Okay, so I'll do it this way so you can see my feet. Okay, so you're going to start in downward dog. Then you're going to go into plank, chaturanga, flip your feet over, up into upward dog. Okay, it is like a push-up. Very similar. Okay, so let's all do it together. So, get into downward dog. And into plank position. And go down into like a push-up. Flip your feet over and go right up into upward dog, pushing through your shoulders. Look up at the ceiling. Okay, then you can sit back. Okay? So if you did that about 10 times, think you feel it? Yeah. Sure. Okay, so that one's called upward or down dog, chaturanga into up dog. Okay. Let's do one that's called camel. So camel, you're going to be on your knees, shoulder width apart. And there's two different ways you can do this. One is a little bit more challenging, one is going to be less challenging. You're going to bring one hand behind you and put it on your heel. And then if you can reach your other hand behind you, put it on your other heel. Lift your chin and look back. Okay? Your hips should be forward. Okay? There. Abby's you look up there. Good. Nice. If this is too hard, yep, oh yeah, she's really flexible. If that's too hard and it causes too much pain, you can do this too. You just listen up, put your hands on your lower back and then just lift your chin. Okay? You can do that one too. Okay. So that one's called camel. Where do you feel it? Stretch. Right here. Right here. Hand on your back. Yep. Shoulders too. You'll feel it. If your hands are back here, you'll feel it in your shoulders too. Okay. Whenever you do something bending back, feet out in front of you. And then you're going to take your right foot, put it over your left knee. Okay? Now take your left hand, put it on your right knee. Take your right hand, put it behind you, and now look over your right shoulder. It's a great stretch for your lower back. Yeah. Okay. It's also good for your abdominals too. It helps stretch out your abdominals too, but you probably feel it more in your back. Okay. Don't forget to breathe. And then you can unwind from that one. We got to do the other side, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take your left foot, put it over your right knee. Take your right hand, put it on your left knee. Take your left hand, put it behind you, and then look over your left shoulder. You gotta turn the other way. What's this name? Turn this way. No, just your upper body.
Oh.
Take your left hand, elbow, and put it on your knee. There. Now take the other hand, put it behind you. There, now look over that shoulder. No, other shoulder. It's a little bit confusing. Look over your other shoulder. There, good. Same thing with you here. You gotta turn. No, put your other hand on your knee. And then turn that way. Wait. No, not right. You gotta do it. It just touched from my knee. Okay. I like that one a lot. I'll show you another version that you can do for that one. This one you can lay on your back. Okay, let's do this one together. Okay, lay on your back. Bring your right leg up straight in front of you. Okay, now you're going to let it fall to your left side. Okay, just let it fall to your left side. So you're going to let it go straight across. Okay? So your feet are going to make, or your legs are going to make like an L shape. Okay, so your other leg is straight, you're both straight, and you make like an L with your legs. Okay? Then bring that foot up, lay it flat. You're flat on your back again. Bring your other leg up, and let it fall to the side, so you're making a twist. Don't forget to breathe. If you're breathing correctly, you won't be talking. Girls? Boys back there too, okay? It's disrespectful to your neighbors if you're moving off, okay? Okay, then you can sit up. Okay, let's do one more for our back. Okay, this one's called bridge. And this one you're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to lay back. And then you're going to bring your hips up toward the ceiling. Okay, so you're going to bring them up to the ceiling. Take your hands, clasp them, and put them underneath you. Okay? Try to lift your hips as high as you can to the ceiling. This is called bridge. Keep your heels down though. There you go.
Ouch.
If you want, you can modify it by taking your hands and putting them on your lower back, pushing your hips up even more, okay? But if that's too much, you just
God.